Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to I Was in Prison. This is part 7. Last time I said part 5, but really it was part 6, so I got it right this time. This is part 7. Let's talk about prison food, and we have a special guest. You'll surely see who the special guest is. Say hi, Luigi. Okay. So, let me say that there is absolutely a difference between county food and prison food. County food is slop. It is basically just enough to keep you alive to get through until you're either released or go to prison. Not even kidding. But prison is so much different, and I don't know if it's because maybe. No, it's not because the food is better in prison, it's because they knew how to cook it in prison because it's all cooked by the inmates. Listen, I'm not a fan of chicken livers, and when they were cooking it, you could smell it immediately. Like when you woke up in the morning, you could smell that they were cooking chicken livers in the cafeteria, but then you would go and eat those chicken livers. Oh my God. I don't know who was cooking them. I know Birdie worked in the kitchen at one point, but I don't know that she would make chicken livers like that. I know my friend Dee worked in the kitchen. I bet you she makes chicken livers like that. But like the food was, to me, in prison, was pretty off the chain. And like in prison, you actually walk to a cafeteria and then you go like, so have you seen Orange is the New Black? Which some of you have asked how similar is prison to Orange is the New Black, and we'll get into that in just a second. But you know, you walk into the cafeteria, you grab your tray, and you go down your little buffet thing, and they serve you, and then you go and you get a cup, and you go to the ice machine, and then you go get you a drink or whatever you're going to drink, and then you go sit down at your table. Maybe not the healthiest food, but it was definitely a lot better than county jail. So anyway, the real good cooking, it came from everybody cooking commissary items. Man, the stuff that we could whip up in prison was absolutely incredible. We could take one of those like ham in a cans, y'all know what I'm talking about, and turn them into pork chops using hot and honey cheese curls. Like, really, we could rock it out. And then our fried rice, yeah, on point. Oh, for reference, we had microwaves in prison, so we could pretty much cook anything. I mean, basically, we know how to cook entire, like, 5, 6, 7 course meals in microwaves in prison. Matter of fact, I don't even like using ovens anymore because I'm so used to using a microwave. And I'm lazy. Most of y'all just hear about, like, the hookups or the setups or the swolls. Y'all don't know how we throw down when it comes to, like, birthdays and the pies that we make and the cakes that we make. It's not just ramen noodles and stuff. I mean, we're getting like packets of tuna, we're getting whole like packages of beans, we're getting, you know, packages of rice. We're really throwing down. We'll have to do a tutorial on some of the dishes that I made in prison. So my first job in prison after I got out of the Women's Recovery Academy was in the garden. So yeah, we had a garden in prison, and we grew like cucumbers, which I think the cucumbers and the okra were the reasons we had to be strip searched when we went back into the building after we were finished working in the garden. So once we were done working in the garden, I would always like bring back vegetables, not for the reasons that you would think, but because my roommate at the time, Connie, she made this vegetable soup that was out of this freaking world. So, like, I'm telling you, some of the best chefs are in prison. I'm actually convinced if there was an apocalypse, that us that have done time would be the best ones that knew how to survive, honestly. I'll say this much. If you weren't creative before you got to prison, you came out of prison creative. What's funny, my first meal after I got out of prison wasn't any kind of restaurant. I wanted my grandmother's macaroni casserole. I don't know if it's some Colombian recipe or how she discovered it, but it's literally the most amazing thing ever. And it is 100% my comfort food. And since it was my 30th birthday when I was released, she made me a banana pudding because that's kind of like a tradition that we have. She would make me a banana pudding on my birthday. And then she said, I want you to drive home. And I was told, when you're leaving prison, don't ever look in the rearview mirror and don't look back. So, drove home, didn't look in the rearview mirror, didn't look back. And that was 14 years ago. Anyway, guys, I will get another video up. It'll be up at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time tonight. I'm also going to be going live tonight at 8 Central Standard Time. And if you have any more questions, drop them in the comments. So good to talk to you guys, and can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Bye.